This is a working title. The title is Bollocks Watch. Spelled? Give me your watch. I'll show you the logo. Okay. Okay, catch up. Okay, I'm going to start not with what it is, but what the outcomes are that we're trying to achieve with this idea. The outcomes are less public misinformation about science, faster access to trusted rebuttal and correction information, and a better general understanding of what makes science reporting good. Okay, so what is it? It's building on it's building on things like bad science and on existing activities like Sense About Science. It's not new in a sense of what it's trying to do, but it's new in some of the ways that we think it could be done. I'm avoiding saying what it is, just for the minute. It is about content. It's not about creation of a site. It's not about creation of a task force or a unit of people who are paid to rebut. It's about the creation of content. And by content, I mean snappy, viral, self-propelling, interesting, factual, hilarious, rapidly moving descriptions of why a particular piece of science reporting misinformation is wrong. Okay, so what does that mean in practice? Well, it might mean a scientist writing, seeing something, being alerted to something, writing a repudiation of that, but that would likely be quite dull. So don't get the scientist to write it, get the comedian to write it. Get Pop Bitch to write it. Okay? Get those who are good at creating viral, amusing, interesting messages to write them. Only then will they be picked up and taken into networks where people are and seen. So don't expect them to come to a site and find out the real truth about this. No, make the content short, snappy, and different. So, some of the things that flow from this, if you're able to create such content and have it transmit, make it, perhaps by pairing a scientist and a comedian to work on something together, then you can build on that and start to rate regular contributors, authors, science writers, publications on how well they're doing with this. You can crowdsource content from the public that spot this and want to give something the treatment. That's then submitted. You can start having ratings, you can have awards, you can have a bad science writing award built on the data that comes from this. But it's about really subverting the way in which you put out a counter message. So playing with format, the title could change every week, every couple of months. Don't let people be bored with this. There has to be something running underneath it, we're thinking of some form of brand or logo backed up by existing institutions that say this has actually got some fact and support behind it. But that's sort of low-key sitting behind it. So self-packaging, self-transmitting, repackaging the sort of content that already exists, but just making it faster and more transmissible. We need some resources to do this. We need the engagement of existing resources like the Science Media Centre, Sense About Science. It'd be worth having a chat with some of the activists, some of the comedians who are active in this field, worth having a chat with Ben Goldacre, some editors, content creators, some accrediting institutions, warming up some of the social networks, Facebook, Mumsnet, how you might go and help this sort of content transmit, but really taking on crap reporting on its own game and making the rebuttal more interesting and faster moving than the rubbish that replaced it. And by doing so, get this stronger sense in the public of what is it that's made the reporting bad. So there's a very strong educative part of this, and to be able to spot with some criteria that we would prepare as part of the project, basic criteria of how to spot shit. That's it.